What's up everybody, BioBen here, back with a little update on Assetto Corsa Competizione. So we've had the 1.1 update. This brings several new features, basically implements the 2019 Blancpain series. So remember, Assetto Corsa Competizione, it's Blancpain simulation, that's all it is. So GT3. We have the new season, which features Zandvoort, which was in the 2019 season. Instead of Zolder. So we have Zandvoort Circuit in there. It's the model, the track model from Assetto Corsa that's been updated for 2019. We also get 6 new car models. Looks like Panos is kind of collaborating with McLaren Esports. I think there's some esports events going in to the game. So yeah. Other features coming, triple monitor support. Apparently that wasn't a thing. I don't run triples, but I know people that religiously do. So having that support is much appreciated. Also, pit stop animations have been added. I don't know if anyone was clamoring for that, but it's a nice thing to have in a sim. And there's no new showroom for those new car models. So let's take a look at the new car models. Alright, so let's take a look at the new cars we got. We got an updated Porsche for 2019 with all the relevant liveries, of course. This is ACC, so you know, everything is perfectly simulated in terms of competitors and liveries. Aston Martin, great looking car. I particularly like the 24-hour logo. That's a really cool one with the driver on the side there. The liveries obviously are great. Updated 2019 Audi. Got all the relevant teams here. Phoenix Racing. Winners of the 24 hours of the Nürburgring this year. That's the Honda. Got the Jensen Team Rocket from the 24 Hours of Spa. Great looking car. I really like the livery, actually. Very Braun-esque. Honda livery with the Motul colors. Good looking car as well. Updated GT3 Evo Huracan. Again, subtle changes to the Evo version. I know at the front here, those 2 scoops are updated. But yeah, you know, subtle differences. Love to see the attention to detail. And then the McLaren, cool inclusion here. So yeah, new car models, new liveries, all really good stuff, of course. So yeah, let's go talk some more about what else has been updated. Okay, so in addition to the new cars, we've got a lot of UI upgrades and apparently some performance optimization and physics updates. So I scrolled through the list here. There's a couple of things that I noticed. One is with the UI updates. You should delete your menu settings.json file before you start the game. We got some CPU use reduction. And we also, so with the 2019 season stuff, they've updated the surface grip level for several tracks: Barcelona, Silverstone, Paul Ricard, and Spa. All have had updates for the 2019 versions versus the 2018. I don't think the model has changed per se, but the track surface grip level is updated. I'm of two minds of this. It's a minor thing. It's attention to detail, which I think we all like, but it also is one more confusing thing to get our heads around. Yeah, there's some stuff with the new screens. You can choose between the 2018 and the 2019 version. If you're like a Blancpain purist and you're really into it, I think it's all good. It might be a little confusing for the casual user, but I'm not sure there's too many casual users of ACC, to be honest. There is a cool update that we have the ability to put more AI opponents on track at places like Spa. I don't know why that wasn't shouted from the rooftops. Obviously, that's going to be limited by your CPU stuff. A bunch of bug fixes for endurance racing modes, apparently, and some updated driver skill things based on 2019 results. Replay updates look like they're in there a lot. Graphics, level of detail settings, that's interesting. Bloom on the nameplates at night, I know that was a big one. And brake pressure / temperature added to car displays. In the physics corner, it's interesting they're still updating the physics so much. Kind of leads me to believe that they weren't really ready when they put this out. It's kind of annoying in some respects, I think, for people who've been racing a lot in ACC. You've been doing that a lot, and you kind of know how things feel and work, and when they implement a new system, like now they have a brand new aerodynamic slipstream simulation, it's kind of like, hey, the whole feel has changed, and you kind of have to go back and relearn everything. I'm of two minds. Obviously, we always want more accurate simulation, but having it piecemeal implemented is a little strange, I think. Basically, vortices are created by leading cars that affect the following car. You'll have less downforce, but less drag. So you'll get the slipstream, but you'll lose grip. It's interesting that we don't know if that was really implemented beforehand. So be careful when you're following cars, I guess, is the thing. Some homologation changes. Bentley 2019 homologation things. Ferrari had some changes, etc. Tire graining and blistering, they fine-tuned that. Some force feedback updates. Apparently they fixed the AMG occasionally starting the session with broken suspension. Okay, didn't know that was a thing, but geez, that's not good. Some audio updates. I know there's a spotter now. Alright, so let's go take a look at Zandvoort. Not a circuit that I know really well, but let's see what it looks like. Alright. So we'll take the McLaren out, give it a little go around Zandvoort. Don't really know the circuit very well, but it's a practice session. We'll learn something, figure out where it goes. So I just want to talk about ACC for a second here to finish this kind of review of the update out. Obviously, it's Blancpain licensed and is the best GT3 sim out there in my opinion. Now, I should say it is Blancpain licensed, and that has its own drawbacks because it's limited to Blancpain content. So Blancpain tracks, and no mod support, things like this. I think that focus and attention to detail is what makes it the best GT3 sim out there. But that may be a detraction to you if you're a more eclectic sim racer, like myself. You know, things like not having the Nordschleife could be a drawback. I don't think it's terrible, but it would be lovely to have this physics model and this engine as we run back of the Audi here. This physics model in this engine is so good for GT3 racing. The feel is so great that I think there's still room to improve it, obviously, but I would love to see it more open like Assetto Corsa is you know, a true AC2 would be lovely in this engine. It would be fantastic. With mod support and things like that, it would just be wonderful. Would that maybe ruin some of the greatness, though? Like I said, the attention to detail... Maybe not attention to detail in the AI, but the attention to detail in the, you know, kind of unprecedented access in terms of data that they've had has made it so good. I am a little annoyed with the esports focus. Not because I hate esports. I think esports are awesome. I think that's the future of sim racing. But as someone who doesn't really have the time to competitively race in an esports kind of setting, and just wants to do some more casual things, it's difficult because we don't have multiplayer AI. I can't just jump into a 2 or 3 hour race with Yuri with, you know, whatever, 30 AI cars running around with us. Oh, they really slow down for that. Like, badly. Anyways, AI aside, you know, AI has its problems. That part of it kind of makes this AACC still niche. The free update is great. I definitely think that the 1.0 was rushed. They needed to get it out before the season started. That was obvious, or as the season started. And that they were running their esports competition in the beta version was also probably slightly embarrassing. I think SRO was putting a lot of pressure on Kunos to get the sim out there. So being licensed probably hurt the release schedule. But that said, I mean, they're following it up and supporting it incredibly. They're updating the simulation, they're updating the cars and content. So I'm excited to see where it continues to go. Maybe one day we'll have the multiplayer AI. That would be lovely. But I'm not holding my breath for that. But overall, I mean, it's the best GT3 simulation out there, and you can't fault it for doing that in an unabashed simulation fashion. It simulates everything. I mean, you can turn your wipers on, you can turn your indicators on, you can, you know, adjust the race logic and the motec to display different things. I'm blowing this. No wonder they slow down so much there. But yeah, it's really, really good. It's just, you know, finding a race and doing that. The AI is great. They're really good. I think they've hammered out the issues that were there with the endurance AI. I know it was basically broken when I tried to do a 6 hours at Ricard, but I think they've hammered that out. So overall, I think it's a good package. I think it can be found for a reasonable price, and for the level of detail that it has, it's really probably a good value for money. It has its flaws, yes, but I think there's more positive than negative here. And if you want the best GT3 racing, it's the place to go. I hope it continues to grow. Does this save ACC? Well, I don't really know if it needed saving per se. I know popularity for it has kind of dropped off a bit, but I think, you know, it has its place, it has its followers, and I think people that know sim racing know that this is a good thing. Everything I've heard from my friends is, you know, this is the best feeling package, and they just keep updating it. So I definitely think we see that, we appreciate that, and people will continue coming back to this for years. I hope they continue to update it with new content from the new Blancpain seasons. So yeah, anyways, that is Assetto Corsa Competizione version 1.1. Now updated with the 2019 season. I've been driving poorly because I'm talking and driving. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look at what's come to Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'd love to do more content in it. Time, as always, is a limiting factor for me. But I just wanted to make sure you guys knew what the state of the game was. Sorry, not a game, a simulation, right? Alright guys, that's it for me. I will see you next time. Bye for now.